The National Electrical Code, specifically Section 410.110b2, addresses the required location for a switch controlling lighting outlets in attics and underfloor spaces. This code section is crucial for ensuring safety and accessibility when working in these potentially hazardous locations. The primary function of this requirement is to provide a readily accessible means of controlling the lighting without having to navigate through dark and potentially obstructed areas. According to NEC Section 410.110b2, the switch must be located at the usual point of entry to the attic or underfloor space. This means the switch should be placed where a person typically enters the attic or underfloor area, making it easy to turn on the light before fully entering the space. This placement is not arbitrary, it is strategically chosen to reduce the risk of accidents. Imagine entering a dark attic filled with storage items or structural components. Without a light source immediately available, the risk of tripping, falling, or encountering unseen hazards significantly increases. By requiring the switch to be at the entry point, the code ensures that the person entering can illuminate the space before proceeding further, thus mitigating these risks. The term usual point of entry is important and should be carefully considered during installation. This is not necessarily the most convenient entry point for the installer, but rather the entry point that occupants or service personnel would typically use. This could be a hatch in a ceiling, a door, or any other designated access point. If there are multiple entry points, it's best practice to install a switch at each one to provide maximum convenience and safety. Understanding the rationale behind this code requirement is essential for proper compliance. It's not just about following the letter of the law, but also about understanding the underlying safety principles. By placing the switch at the entry point, the code aims to prevent accidents, facilitate maintenance and repairs, and ensure that the space can be safely navigated. Furthermore, the type of switch used is also a consideration. While the code doesn't explicitly mandate a specific type of switch, it's advisable to use a switch that is durable and suitable for the environment. In attics and underfloor spaces, conditions can be harsh, with temperature extremes and potential exposure to dust and moisture. Therefore, a good quality enclosed switch is a prudent choice. In addition to the switch location, other aspects of attic and underfloor lighting should also be considered. For example, the lighting fixture itself should be appropriate for the environment. It should be durable, provide adequate illumination, and be properly installed to prevent any fire hazards. Wiring methods used in these spaces should also comply with the NEC. Typically, methods like non-metallic sheath cable, often referred to as Romex, or conduit are used depending on the specific requirements and local codes. All wiring must be properly supported and secured to prevent damage. Another important consideration is the type of lighting. While incandescent lights were traditionally used, LED lighting is now a more energy efficient and long-lasting alternative. LED also produce less heat, which can be a significant advantage in confined spaces like attics. Regardless of the type of lighting used, it must be properly installed and protected. The NEC also addresses the need for maintaining clear access to electrical equipment. Even with a switch at the entry point, it's essential to ensure that the area around the switch and the lighting fixture remains free from obstructions. Storing items too close to electrical equipment can create a fire hazard and impede access for maintenance and repairs. Regularly inspecting the lighting system is also important. Look for any signs of damage such as cracked fixtures, frayed wiring, or loose connections. Any issue should be promptly addressed by a qualified electrician. When working in attics and underfloor spaces, safety should always be the top priority. In addition to ensuring proper lighting, consider other safety measures such as wearing appropriate personal protective equipment, including gloves, eye protection, and a dust mask. Also, be aware of potential hazards such as exposed nails, sharp objects, and insulation. If the attic or underfloor space is not easily accessible, consider using a portable ladder or scaffolding to provide a stable and safe working platform. Never overreach or attempt to work in an awkward position. When dealing with electrical wiring, always de-energize the circuit before starting any work. Use a voltage tester to verify that the circuit is indeed de-energized. If you are not comfortable working with electricity, it's best to hire a qualified electrician to perform the work. They have the training, experience, and tools necessary to safely and correctly install or repair electrical equipment. The National Electrical Code is a comprehensive set of guidelines designed to ensure electrical safety. It is constantly updated to reflect new technologies and best practices. Staying informed about the latest code requirements is essential for anyone involved in electrical work. In addition to the specific requirement for switch location in attics and underfloor spaces, the NEC also addresses many other aspects of electrical installations. These include wiring methods, grounding, overcurrent protection, and equipment installation. Understanding these requirements is essential for ensuring that electrical systems are safe and reliable. The NEC is not just a set of rules, it's a resource that can help prevent accidents and save lives. By following the code, you can ensure that electrical systems are installed and maintained in a safe and professional manner. Furthermore, local codes and regulations may also apply. These codes may be more stringent than the NEC, so it's important to check with your local building department to ensure compliance. Obtaining the necessary permits is also essential before starting any electrical work. Permits help ensure that the work is inspected and meets the required safety standards. Ignoring local codes and permit requirements can result in fines and other penalties. In summary, NEC Section 410.110b2 requires that the switch for lighting outlets in attics and underfloor spaces be located at the usual point of entry. This requirement is designed to enhance safety by providing a readily accessible means of controlling the lighting. By following this code and other relevant NEC requirements, you can help ensure that electrical systems are safe, reliable, and compliant with all applicable regulations. Remember, electrical safety is everyone's responsibility. If you have any questions or concerns about electrical work, consult with a qualified electrician.